there's one. There's one. I got a good one on the helicopter, son. Okay. I got a good one. I got a good one. Helicopter time. Oh, look at that big bass. Look at big bass. Big bass on the helicopter. Son, look at this big guy. Look at this. Now we're talking. Hey, look at that helicopter fish. Son, that is the deal. Big old giant 4 or 5 pound bass on the helicopter. Now this isn't just the regular helicopter. This is my new and improved version of the helicopter. And it's a beautiful, beautiful northern bass, just as pretty as you could possibly be. Probably in the over 4 pounds, close to 5 pounds. Now what this is, let me just show you the helicopter real quick and what we're doing. You know, years ago I got a bad rap because we were on television and we were selling these things for catching every kind of fish in the world. But now I've always maintained that it's a great bass lure, just like you just saw. I just started the morning, the sun hadn't even come up. I've taken and improved this thing. It's strictly a better bass lure. I've made it longer, 1/4 of an inch. I've put a bigger 5/0 hook in there, okay? I've given it a larger double action swivel. It swivels on this side and it swivels on this side, and that's on braid. I got 50-pound braid on here because you don't know how big these fish are. And these little feet are bigger and thicker. So the whole thing is just a bigger and thicker bait for casting tackle, because see, when we first designed it, it was smaller and lighter, and it didn't have the casting ability to throw on a big casting rod. With the casting rod like this one, I have more power, so I can wrestle a bigger fish out. So okay, the sun's just coming out. That big old fish has really hit that thing good. And I don't know if another one's going to hit or not, but boy, that was a fantastic deal. See how it just comes across the top? Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bass. Helicopter time. That's what we're talking about, folks. Big old helicopter fish, just as the sun comes up. Just started fishing just a couple casts ago. And I saw that fish coming. It was making a big wake coming after it. I thought maybe it was a pike. I didn't know what it was. But it was a big old bass. I hit this point real quick as the sun comes up. Just as the sun comes up. Big old 4 or 5 pound bass on a helicopter. I tell you what, folks, I've enjoyed doing these YouTubes, and that's what we're talking about, a YouTube video on the merits of the new and improved helicopter. The water's kind of cold right now. We're in Minnesota. And this is really it's Labor Day, and a cold front just hit. You notice the blue sky. The air temperature is about 45 degrees. In fact, the water temperature, look at this. Here, look at the water temperature right here. Water temperature, well, it's up to 64 now. Okay, it's gotten a little warmer. But it had dropped from 70. It had been a lot warmer. And big cold front hit these last couple days. And so that was the problem. That was such a cool strike. He just came running after it. It was so cool. That was such a cool strike. Okay, the sun's coming up and it's going to be kind of a different ball game. I have to bury this hook and make sure it's weedless. Now, I'm going to throw right up this little right there. Woo, son. Come across there with the helicopter time. Helicopter time. That was a big old bass. Big old bass. You know, a bass 4 and 5 pounds like that is probably about 10 or 12 years old. Because up here in northern Minnesota, they don't grow that fast. It's an old bass. There's one, missed one. Put the thing down. Okay, let's put it down. Huh. Oh, I got him. I got him. I got him. I got him. I saw him following. What I did, I saw him coming. I saw a little wake coming behind it. And I'll show you what I did. This helicopter, when you see something behind it, you can slow it down and it helicopters down. It actually, watch when it hits in the water. See, look at it go down. It just helicopters down. So when you see a fish coming, you can see it helicopter down. Can you see that? Can you? Because that's so cool. And I saw that fish coming, made a long cast, and I was looking for a wake behind it. And when I saw the wake behind it, I just dropped it and let it helicopter down, and it's spinning down, it's spinning down, it's spinning down, and he took it. So that's a real neat deal. You know, when we first came out with this helicopter, we had it a much lighter, smaller model. And it had a smaller hook, it had a smaller swivel, and it was perfect for spinning tackle. But, you know, I'm a power fisherman, and I like to use heavy tackle because I'm throwing around heavy weeds and stuff. And really, the helicopter's designed for heavy cover. And so it wasn't quite heavy enough in the original form to throw well on a casting rod, just too light. So that's what I've done. I've made it a little heavier, I made it a little longer, I made it so you can put a little bit bigger hook in there, a little bit bigger swivel. It's just, I just upsized everything just so I can now cast it good. I can now cast it on a casting rod really well. But I couldn't do that before. Oh, missed one. Okay, now watch this. I'm gonna come down and throw it in again. Nice one. He didn't, I think it was a pike though. But see what I did, I put a steel leader on there. But I'll try it just in case. I think it was a pike. Oh, here's one. He's gonna take it. He's got it, he's got it, he's got it. Oh my heavens. Oh, he's got it, he's got it, he's got it. He's got it, he's got it, he's got it. I saw him coming after it. I saw him making a wake. I don't know if you could see that wake, but I could see him coming right after it. It was so cool. And I let it sink, and it helicoptered down, son. And that's what it is. A nice fat bass on the helicopter. I love it. We're up here in northern Minnesota, and these bass are fat and sassy. It's first part of the fall. Water temperatures in the 60s. It's just a beautiful day. It was a cold front the other day. It's kind of cool. But anyway, that was so cool. Now, you know, it really pays to be observant. Now, I just had my eyes done by Dr. Collins down in Naples, Florida. And he put some LASIK deals, and I have better vision. And so it's calm now. And so my better vision allowed me to see that little small wake. The lure was over here, and I saw a wake coming out of those lily pads, just coming towards it, and I just stopped it and let the helicopter down. Gaya, he got it. But it was all because I saw that wake. You know, 25 years ago, when we came up with this helicopter idea, Fred Ward from Phoenix and I, braid was not on the market. So we used everything with monofilament. We had these big swivels, and they worked pretty good, but still, even with the swivel, monofilament twist a lot. But now with braid, it's better than ever because braid doesn't hardly twist and doesn't give you a problem. So now we can use braid and heavy braid at that. So now we have really this problem. Now, one thing with spinning tackle is change the game so much. We built this thing originally for spinning tackle, and now that braid's available, let me just show you a braid rod set up with spinning tackle on a braid rod. Now that is so cool because now what we do, we would normally had 10 or 12 pound monofilament on this spinning rod, okay? But now I can put like 20 pound braid. And That's pretty heavy. I could put 30-pound braid, but right now I got 20-pound braid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rig up a rod for spinning, and I'm going to show you what I recommend for the new improved model of that helicopter. Okay, this is a 7-foot medium heavy action rod by Favorite, and it's a Favorite reel as well. Okay, now that's 20-pound braid. A 20-pound braid is just going to tie straight to the hook. Now here are helicopters. Originally, we had helicopters. This is an original white one, for example. Maybe that's better with us. They're all about the same. Okay, that's the original one. Now what I did, I made a mold and I came across it with a little bit bigger and heavier plastic, and I don't have it trimmed quite as good. But you notice the feet, the little blade is bigger and fatter, and the shaft itself is a little fatter and a little longer. And why that shaft is fatter and longer for more distance, but the main reason is for this hook. See, now, instead of using a 4-aught hook, which it had, I can now use a 5-aught hook. And see, the 5-aught hook fits it really well. So what I'll do to rig it up, because it's a bigger hook and it's a stronger hook. See, that's a bigger, stronger hook. And also I've taken, that swivel has dual, it's a dual action swivel. It swivels on this side and it swivels on this side. So it actually has 2 swivel points in that one swivel. And these are solid rings. In other words, the ring is welded shut. So to put this hook on that swivel, you have to heat it up with a special torch and open that eye while it's red hot and put it back on that ring and close it back up. And now it's strong as can be, and it's solid. It's heavy duty. Okay, this is a heavy duty hook. And it's a heavy duty wire. Now to rig it up, I come through the head of the helicopter about 1/4 of an inch and come out. And wet that shaft just a little bit and come through there and pull that right down so that the eye of the hook is just into the plastic. And then see how it's just about right. I'm going to come through the helicopter right here and come through this side right there. And now that hook is laying real close to the side of this thing, and I can kind of skin hook it. Okay, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to tie it onto this 20-pound rod on the spinner rod. And this is 20-pound braid. It's a Bass Pro Shop braid. To tie a Palomar knot, I just double my line. I'll just double it like this. Come through the eye of the hook. Well, it's not the eye, it's the swivel. And make a big loop. Make a big loop right here. And come through that loop, this loop that I've created. I now take the whole helicopter and go through it. That's the standard Palomar knot, and that's about as good as you're going to get. Take the tag in and pull it tight. Okay. Cut well, pliers. Cut it off. Okay, I'm ready to go. Now I didn't put a steel leader on this one, but here's the advantage with spinning tackle and 20-pound braid. Watch how far this thing casts. It casts an absolute mile. Look at that. Actually, I can cast a little bit farther than I could with the casting rod. So I'm going to try this for a while. I'm going to show you that it works good. I'm going to tighten the drag up. Okay, when you're talking about spinning tackle, make sure you have enough drag. Okay, it's pretty tight. Remember, it's 20-pound line, not 40 or 50. Okay, let's get over to these lily pads and stuff and see what happens. We're just about ready to catch a fish here. See what happens. Boy, that thing really runs through the grass good. This is thick grass. Look at this. Look at this grass here. It's just fantastic grass. There's one. Oh, I got him, son. I got him. I got him. You need a heavy line. I think I got him. I don't know if I still have him or not. He's in the bushes. Let me go over. He's hung up on me. I think I got him. Yeah, here he is. I see him down there. Good one. If I can pull the thing out. I see him out there. Here he is. There we go. Nice bass. Son, I told you they blast that thing. Big old bass. Well, it's not a big old bass, but that's a spinning tackle. Now, if I only had 20-pound braid, and that's only a pound and a half bass or so. If I'd had my other casting rod with the 50, I could have pulled them out of that reed. But see, you saw what happened. Even the 20, I couldn't get them out of the reed. So the deal is, I mean, you can use the spinning tackle in open water. That's pretty cool. But if it's really thick cover like this, you know, I'd go to the casting tackle with the heavier braid, because I just couldn't hardly get that fish out of that one little thing had me wrapped up. But anyway, that was sure cool. Oh, there's one. I got one. Oh, son, what is it? Bass or pike? I don't know what it is. Come on. Come on. Big old pike. Oh. Yes, sir. Oh. Pike. Another pike hit the helicopter, son. Helicopter time. They're not real big pike, but you know, you don't know what they are when they bite. You surely don't. It could be a big bass. These pike they are some big pike in here. Even though you're missing a few, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun fishing for these different fish. And up north, it's just you get so many more fish because half of them are pike that miss, so many of them miss the bait. You don't really catch a lot of pike. So many of them miss it. Okay. Check the leader. You don't need much steel leader. Just 3 or 4 inches is probably all you need. I'm gonna head back this way. Boy, I threw right in the middle of those weeds. Oh, here comes one now. I see him. I got him. He's got it. Oh, son. Oh, I got to hold on. He's all wrapped up. Okay, son. Now we're talking. Nice big 3 or 4 pounder. Yes, sir. Well, you know, I've shown you a few things about helicoptering. I've shown you that you can use it on the spinning tackle. I'm showing you can use it on pike. I'm showing you can use my heavier one for really nice quality bass like this. You know, starting off this morning, that was so cool right before, as the sun came up, that other bigger one, actually the biggest one of the day. And then this nice one here right in the middle of these reeds. So you can see the braid is the key. The heavier the helicopter seems to be a little bit better, but you can use your spinning tackle. And I hope I can have told you a few things. I post every Wednesday on YouTube about 6 o'clock. I also post every Sunday about 6 o'clock. And I'm going to try to show you a lot of things about the techniques of catching these bass. So much fun. And I enjoy doing it. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's let this one go. Wow.